Hello and welcome to the War Report. I am your host, Cyrus, joined by I need to get my life together, Quan.
I do, man. I really do.
How you feeling? You know, I'm not even gonna ask you how you was feeling. I know the drinks was talking.
That night, I was feeling away. I don't know what way I was feeling, but
long
night.
Man, I got to get my life together. Man, I need to stop drinking. All back to back is so.
Back to back.
And you know what? I feel that because I got drunk a couple. I was out a couple of days ago, and boy, my stomach was a fire pit.
Woo.
My stomach was hurting, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice. I had a little get together with friends. They were barbecuing stuff, and then watched the movie, and we were drinking. So it was cool.
So, what movie?
Yeah.
You watch Space Jam?
Honestly, I wish we watched Space Jam. My friend's a nerd. She likes to read books. So
nerdy?
Yes, reading books is nerdy shit. So I don't read books. So I miss out on a lot of cultural phenomenons like Harry Potter and Twilight. I did the Harry Potter thing. It was fun. I would say it filled time while I was at work. It was like a podcast, but like 7 really long books.
Yeah, right.
So they want to get me into Twilight.
I was just Twilight story, by the way.
And I was just like, I'm not doing it, but I'll do the Twilight drinking game.
The Twilight drinking game.
The Twilight drinking game is like whenever Bella bites her lip, whenever she plays with her hair, whenever this dude looks like a serial killer, and I shit you not, I had a full cup. 25 minutes into the movie, I had to get a refill.
That's crazy. They try to kill you. Yo,
I couldn't make it through.
Yo, I got a story real quick, real brief about Twilight, actually. So I have never read the books. I have never seen Twilight, but my friend of mine at the time, her name was Linda. Shout out to Linda. I haven't talked to her in forever, but she hit me up and she was like, "Oh, me and my friend are going to see the new one. New Moon had just came out. When did they get the second one?" Yeah, I didn't know, but so like they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go see Twilight. You want to come with us?" And I'm like, "I'm not paying to go see no damn Twilight." And they were like, "No, we have an extra ticket because our friend couldn't come." And I was like, "All right, bet."
That's how it starts.
I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I ain't doing nothing." I think I was like 19 or something. And like it was the summer. I was like, "All right, let's go, bro." Right? I didn't know it was opening day for the movie. So right, I get into the theater. I'm with my 2 friends. They're women. I go in there. I am the only dude in the theater.
Oh, wow.
It is packed. Like it is packed.
Mm-hmm.
And every single, first of all, Taylor Lautner, is he Jacob or is he Edward?
Jacob.
He's Jacob, right?
I'm mad that I know that.
Dog, the whole movie he didn't have a shirt on. The whole movie.
So
not a single shirt.
Okay, so what my friend told me was the reason why he is shirtless most of the time is like when he becomes a werewolf. Spoilers, I guess. But they said that you have to get in shape. And if you don't, we will recast you.
Oh, shoot.
So if he wants to flex his abs the whole movie,
wait,
let him do it, bro.
I'll tell you what, it worked because first of all, I think he was like 17 when that movie came out, something like that, right?
No way.
The whole movie, anytime he popped up on the screen, all the grown ass women in the theater would scream at the whole movie. They were like, every single time. I've never seen
my man got the charisma, bro.
I was like, bro, this is insane. I've never seen that before in a movie theater. It was an experience. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely an experience.
I hope one day Triple Beam Streams does like the whole Twilight series because, like, I'm not really
it's on Netflix now. You might as well.
Yeah, I know that's how it was.
That'd be fire.
Obviously, I'm not into the movies. I'm not really into Stephanie, any of the books, any of that. So I was looking at it like a movie. And I think that's where I fucked up.
It wasn't. You like it was a film.
Yeah, I was just like, man, these scenes are shot terribly. Everybody acts terrible. Like everybody's acting is poor. Like this is the movie that had the world on smash, bro. That's crazy.
Now we got Batman.
Right? I told him that I told him that he's playing Batman now, and it was just like holy, like he's a much better actor. And like one last thing, Twilight related, is that the movie was so cheaply made that Robert Pattinson actually like has songs on the soundtrack that he is singing, and
Really?
he is singing in the terrible southern like accent thing that he was doing in some other Netflix movie that he did with Tom Holland.
Oh my god.
So no, go
I
ahead.
know he used to talk a lot of shit movies too. Like he hates them. Like he hates that he was even a part of that shit.
I think it was is he the dude that was just like, man, I hate being famous, and like a girl that was stalking him, he like vented to her, and then she just like stopped stalking him. I thought that story was fire.
That's fire.
Yeah. But let's get into some wrestling stuff. Let's get into In the Trenches. We have a very, very big topic for In the Trenches this week. So much that I am dedicating the whole In the Trenches to this segment. Karrion Kross debuts on Monday Night Raw. I'll say this is the first time I have watched Raw in a very long time. And I would say I stopped watching when Tamina and Nia Jax and them had to, like, soon as that Reginald segment was over, I said, yeah, let's pack it up.
You went kind of crazy though. I ain't gonna hold you.
When Reginald like did the whole flip,
That was fire.
I think the 24/7 shit is gonna be perfect for him. All he has to do is run, do some crazy flips, do some Cirque du Soleil shit, which he's done before, and then it works perfectly fine. The match was ass. I'm sorry. I just really couldn't do it. I was just like, you know what? This is where I tap out. So as I'm tucking myself in, I go into the Wrestle chat, I go on Twitter, and I see Karrion Kross makes his debut. And then I was just like, I don't know if I want to stay up for that. What is it? They said that Bobby was going to have an open challenge, and then they said that Karrion Kross was going to debut. So my initial thought was he was going to debut for the thing. But then I was just like, that doesn't make sense because, you have to make it a surprise.
Yeah.
And then we got and then we got Keith Lee. So that was a nice little surprise for the people, even though they didn't react to it. Apparently, I didn't watch it.
I mean,
it is what it is, man. So I wake up from my nap, which, I probably should have just did something else entirely because I was up all night. But I see he lost. And I was just like, wait, what?
Well, I text you immediately.
Yeah.
He lost.
you text me immediately after he lost. And I was just like, what? And then you're just like, he got jobbed out. And I was just like, damn, for real? No way. You tripping. Like, so it hasn't hit YouTube yet at this point.
Oh, you didn't even see it. You didn't see the clip.
Yeah, I didn't see it yet. So I'm on Twitter. I see everybody going, everybody has won their, like, anybody that's made their NXT debut has won their match. No Way Jose, Akira Tozawa. Roderick Strong got a win over Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles in the same match. Survivor Series 2018. Just like all sorts of, the proof is in the pudding that, like, something's going on here.
To be fair, Charlotte lost her first Raw match. If you want to count it, because he wasn't like officially on Raw, but they like gave her a match on Raw against I think it was Natalia, and she lost. So,
okay. Then it's
but when she really debuted, it was a little different.
Yeah, when it really got cracking, Divas champion NXT, the ball started rolling. So I thought that was very funny. Then I went to sleep and the discourse is still going. People are very upset. Vince doesn't care about NXT, even though both rosters are NXT heavy. What is it? Charlotte and Rhea Ripley literally had a championship match and they're both from like NXT alumni. Like, that shit doesn't add up. So I had the opportunity to see the match for myself. The whole thing's on YouTube. So I will say that I definitely think people were that night were definitely overreacting.
Of course.
Just like it is funny to say that, but it's funny to say that everybody else won, but this motherfucker, something's wrong here. That's fine. It made me laugh. Like all this, everything, all the discourse that was happening later that morning with Vince hating NXT. There's a problem here, and WWE doesn't make stars, doesn't care for NXT. Yada yada yada. Motherfucker, did we watch the same match? Did we see Karrion Kross manhandling this man? Jeff Hardy trying to get some offense. It didn't work out. And then he had to, he did a dirty pin and won the match. And then Karrion Kross was just like, this shit's not over. I'm going to get your ass.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, clearly there's a story being told. People are so impatient.
Holy shit.
People are so impatient. Like, bro, they're obviously telling a story. This is about wrestling's about storytelling. Like, y'all want long-term storytelling or not? This is what I be talking about. Bro.
Does Raw have the people to spare for Karrion Kross to be running through motherfuckers?
That too.
Like, do they? Like, because I can think of, what is it? Lindsay Dorado.
Hiratazawa.
The people that are chasing the 24/7 shit. Andrew Garza, I guess, but like, do they really have motherfuckers to spare? Because they busy with the 24/7. It means way more. And then it's just like like you said, a clear story is being told here. He's gonna get his win back on Jeff Hardy. He's gonna come out on top.
Can I tell you something?
What happened?
I had a feeling he was gonna. You know what I knew he was gonna lose?
When you heard no more words?
No more words came on. I said, yeah, that nigga losing, bro.
Yeah, that boy, dog, that song had the crowd on their feet.
You can't lose on the debut of No More Words. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And then literally 2 weeks ago, well, like all throughout like this month, we've been shitting on Karrion Kross.
Not us. I'm talking the roster. The roster.
The shit, us too. The hell. Right. The roster, us. Literally like every person on Twitter, they got the kind of Karrion Kross that they wanted, and they realized that it's kind of not it because he's not a talker. So, and the matches are like not that great. But this is the Karrion Kross you wanted. You wanted badass, you got it. But like the badass ain't really that cool because anybody get in his face and start talking shit, he just go. Yeah, it just starts the blood vessel. And then, people were just like, oh, Jeff Hardy deserves better. He should go to AEW and like, do things with Matt, whatever. And then it was just like, what do you want? Which one do you want? And it was clearly you wanted, Karrion Kross more, even though you've been shitting on him, bless us, all month.
That's what I don't understand about this situation too. Is like people are upset, but literally there's the whole trending topic about Jeff Hardy because he wasn't in Money in the Bank. So clearly y'all wanted Jeff Hardy on your TV screen.
Yeah,
you got Jeff Hardy on your TV screen, and now you're mad that Jeff Hardy won the match.
Exactly, and then Q1 Kross, what is it? Kross sucks. They blah blah blah. This and that. Oh, just send them up. Blah blah blah.
And they did it.
I'm saying, like, are we seeing the same match? Also, I think the main issue is the match was boring as fuck. I think he did 2 moves the whole time, and I know he wants to do the less is more. He doesn't want to go as hard, yada yada, this and that. But nigga, you're not Brock Lesnar, bro. Yeah. You're not Lesnar. That shit don't work. And I thought like that shit was really dead when the crowd wasn't counting along. Because when Lesnar does his thing, they count. Mm-hmm. This man did like goddamn 8 Saito suplexes or whatever, and the crowd didn't give a shit. And nor did I, because it was just boring. It wasn't interesting at all.
He's not interesting. That you know how I know he's not interesting. They said they kept his girl from him. They're like, look, you ain't about to put your stench on Scarlett. We got big plans for her. You know what I mean, she can stay in Orlando.
That motherfucker was just standing there with the big screen with his arm
Arm
crossed,
cross. All right, Taz. Like, come on, man.
like
Look,
a nerd.
like a
Yo,
nerd, bro. I keep telling you, bro. This dude not that dude, man, at
hey,
all. It's
you ain't got to tell me. Tell Twitter.
the entrants don't even hit like that on the main roster. Like nothing. Like
um,
I didn't
so
like it.
I'm
I didn't
I'm
like it.
I don't like it either because I'm confused on why it's a bird and not like a clock or some shit, or like not a doomsday like explosion or some shit. You know?
That's some Triple H shit. I already know it. That's definitely some
Yeah,
shit Triple H came up with. Like you got a big old bird, some creepy vulture in the background.
yeah. I thought that was stupid, but yeah, the debut was like it was mid. He doesn't look interesting at all, and this is kind of what you guys asked for, and it turns out it's not that great. I definitely what is it? I went on Twitter and I said if y'all would have just let Cross be, kind of get some character work in like he was doing with Santos, I definitely think he would have like a lot more legs to his stick. But they were just like, no, we want badass man. And I think NXT is stupid for obliging the people. I don't think that second title reign was needed without any character growth.
I don't
And
either.
I think we said that when it was happening because it was just like we wished that they continue with the Santos thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
No, I was just like,
so go off.
no, I was just gonna say this. Gonna one day we're gonna get into a deeper topic about monster heels and cool heels and how they just don't work in 2021. But that's a different conversation for another day.
Yeah. That's a Patreon discussion.
That might be a Patreon discussion, but we may talk about monster heels and how it just doesn't work.
I want to bring somebody along for that because I think Dom from Triple Beam Stream, the Armchair Auteur, had some very nice thing or like very interesting things to say about the whole Karrion Kross situation. So I think it would be nice to speak to him on that. But that's it for In the Trenches, man. Karrion Kross is fine. We heard a lot of things earlier today, and all we have to say is, hope he gets it together, man.
You're on thin ice, path.
Yeah, definitely thin ice with us, and a lot of the locker room. So, good luck, buddy. Let's get into NXT.
Tensions building between Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma.
All right, man. All I gotta say is, what is this episode of NXT, man? That's how you know I ain't like it.
I didn't care for this episode of NXT either. A lot of stuff just happened, I guess.
Yeah, this NXT was so mid. I didn't even bother trying to like pull it up on my laptop. I just like had it on the phone the whole time. This is a weird one. I know we talked about like NXT like scrambling and kind of just trying to get their footing again, and we know when they have to get it together by August 22nd, which is going to be the takeover.
Yeah, which they announced in the CWC.
Mm-hmm. So, good fucking luck. And because I'm just like with the stuff the stuff that's going on right now, I'm just like, all right. A lot of seeds are being planted, but I don't think all of them can grow by the time August 22nd comes around.
Well, look, they got 5 weeks to figure this out.
They wasted 2 weeks already.
That's true.
I would say only a couple feuds have some legs right now, which would be the Pete Dunne joint with Tommaso Ciampa and Thatcher, which started last week. That's cool. They wasted Frankie Monet and Mandy Rose again because they didn't do anything there. MSK has some challengers, which is like whatever. It seems that they're just challenger of the week. So whatever. I don't think that's gonna much is gonna happen there. Raquel has her title win, whatever. Another week of LA Knight and, Grimes doing their thing.
I did like I like the development of what's going on with that. Though.
It was my favorite. It was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah,
I loved it. I know we're kind of just like blitzing through a lot of things, but let's go a little more in depth into it. I don't know. I excuse me. I felt like everything on this episode is a quick hit. You feel me? Like,
well, let's start it up. All right, let's look. The angle that started and ended the show is Samoa Joe comes in street clothes, ain't no suits, ready to fight, wrist taped up.
Yeah,
no game.
My man, not medically cleared Joe is ready to scrap.
Scrap. So like he calls out Kross. Kross ain't here. Regal's like, look, he ain't here, bro. You know what I'm starting to think? Low key, I don't think he was actually at the building at all. I think they taped all that before, like the.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They taped that joint. He on the road.
So we didn't put it in the news segment, but they're recording 2 episodes of NXT tonight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Kross might have shown up later that day. Like what they filmed like all of that mad early, and then like Kross is gonna probably like show up at like now.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
So they recorded 2 episodes, and I think the 2 episodes is like we gotta get the title off Kross. Like we have to like do something about this really, really quick. So that's cool with me, brother. But yeah, Samoa Joe wants Kross's head. And this motherfucker Joe is like just standing on the porch waiting for. He got the belt in hand. You missed curfew.
Door with it. Like, what's up?
It was nice to see Samoa Joe and Regal just go at it again. I love when those two have conversations. They work so well together.
I know. I wish Regal was like 10 years younger so we can get a Joe Regal match. Like they just missed each other. I think like Regal had his last match and then Joe came in.
Yeah, like, or a tag team or something. I don't know. Like let him be his manager or something. Man, them working together is fantastic. But let's move on to other things. Austin Theory was talking shit. I don't know where. I must have missed the video package. Was it on Twitter or something?
I think was it last week?
I must have missed it.
It was last week. I think Kyle was getting interviewed, and then Theory interrupted him and was talking shit, and then they're like, "Well, I'll see you next week." Then I'm pretty sure it was last week.
Oh, okay. But no, that interview was dumb, and Theory is in the right of like criticizing that segment because that shit was stupid. So they have a match. The match kind of just happens, man. I did like the match. I liked the match. I would say it was the best match on the night. I'll give it that. Yeah. Well, there wasn't much. Man, the competition ain't stiff.
Flaccid competition, you would say?
Nothing was going on this episode, man. So it was kind of a toss up. I would say at the end of the match is kind of when everything was like coming together. Kyle kind of got his killer instinct back just from like seeing the stairs and Cole hitting him with the brain. But it was that like the flashing red, like the steel steps that he walked on to get into the match. It was like the one that like got his scene red.
He wanted to punch a wall so bad, bro.
In theory, more or less is out of the way. The way is crumbling. The parenting is not working. My guy is moving out the house.
We've been seeing seeds over the last couple of weeks of an Indian Theory starting to be a little fed up with their overbearing parents.
They're starting the rebellious teens going into their adult years, and they have enough money to move out. And so Theories is out of the way so he can go kiss Dexter Lumis, and we'll see if Indy Hartwell follows suit. We'll see what happens there, man. Our favorite segment of the night, LA Knight versus Drake Maverick. The match was cool. This is like the second match where LA Knight just doesn't have his eye on the prize. I think his match with Jake Atlas, where he was just like way too focused on Ted DiBiase. This is another thing. He just wants Cameron Grimes to hold his arms up. Just hold the belt, man. Stop playing around. Hold the belt in the air.
That
And
might be heavy, man. Holding that up for that long.
well, just holding your arms up for a really long
That's what
time
I'm
general
saying,
sucks. So just being occupied with Grimes, hoping, just asking him, begging him to hold the title up. Drake Maverick squeaks out a win. That's good for him. Obviously, like I know people would have. I know there's like some subsection somewhere that was just like, oh my god, they let him win what $20 million man championship don't mean nothing now. Yada yada, and then LA Knight was just like, hey, the bell rung, I ain't done. Starts beating the shit out of Drake Maverick, and then Cameron Grimes comes for the save, man. And then LA Knight is just like, whoa, now partner, you a man of your word, right? Beat the shit out this
that nigga ass.
You say you're a man of this word? Punch this motherfucker in the face right now. And I thought that was really cool. It's starting to chew away at Grimes being the, like, at first he was very just like on board with being the butler. You know, he was just going to do his thing. He was going to be shitty at it anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not like LA Knight was going to fire him. So I can't wait for the third match, honestly. Like, I think the third match is going to have a lot more fire going into it. And then I think that's where we'll see Cameron Grimes get the win. I think it should be interesting.
Yeah, I love everything they're doing.
Yeah.
That's all I really got. I'm gonna be honest with you on this one.
Yeah,
I like it, man. I just
hey, man. Go listen to a couple episodes a month ago, man. I wasn't a believer. I'm here now, man. I'm fucking with LA Knight. I think Grimes is doing great work with him. Hopefully he could keep this momentum going forward, you know, post Grimes feud. We'll see what happens with him later. Yo, if the quality goes down post Grimes,
you know what?
It's back to square one.
he might be Raw bound anyway if we keep it in the stack.
I would love for him to be Raw.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was on the. I would be shocked on the NXT roster by October.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think he should be there like after the first draft. I think he is ready to go.
Ready to go. He's made for Raw.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully they let him go. Next.
Well, you turned around on LA Knight. Mm-hmm. I turned around on Top Dollar.
Oh wow!
This is
the week.
This with this segment. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of Hit Row, but Top Dollar, I'm in, baby.
I told you he is the only one that should be rapping in the group. He is the best rapper in the group. I would like to ask you, which line was the line that was just like, okay, I'm fucking with it.
the whole first couple of bars, but he said, "You Santos Escobar. I'm more like Pablo Escobar. He moving the weight like he moving the keys."
No, like he said, "You're Escobar like Santos. I'm Escobar like Pablo," and I was just like, okay, let's get it.
Talk that shit.
Talk that shit. When he said he smelled gato,
I was like, woo.
Yeah. that boy lit that can. That boy lit that Santos and saw Kross, bro. So yeah, it was really good. And I like that, you know, although Dave moved forward with the Bronson Reed thing and they're calling an audible with, you know, just doing Santos and Swerve, there's still history there, you know? Yeah. So I think it was an easy toss up to just do the shift. So it's good. It's good shit. And
well, people wanted that.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw them two look at each other, I was like, yeah.
Oh no. NXT said we gonna give it to you, whether you like it or not.
We ain't about to wait. We get it right now.
So I thought that was all really good stuff, and Hit Row getting the major upper hand. This whole thing. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. You think it will happen at Takeover or a lot earlier? Because you know how NXT like to rock.
They might want to do something for sci-fi to get people to come to sci-fi. So they might do it in a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
just to have, some kind of.
If it's not Joe and Cross.
It's probably going to be Joe and Cross. Are they going to give Joe the belt again? Three time?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Also, NXT is not in a situation to be picky right now. So they got to do what they got to do. And if you're giving it to Joe is what they need to do, then fuck it. And
I hope Joe can still go.
A Samoa Joe that possibly can't go, and a Cross that sucks.
Make it quick. Make it quick, baby.
Make it quick.
They gotta have a street fight. It got to be some gimmick. There's no if Joe is not at at least at 20.
I'll agree. It has to be a street fight. Honestly, I don't think it warrants it at all. But if it's a last man standing, I'm very worried because that match is going to go long.
Ugh, I hate last man standing matches.
So we'll just hope for the best, fellas. Let's get into these quick hits, man. We already talked about it a little bit, but Santos hates rap music, man. He said that's some bullshit, and I like that he chose
them pendejo bars, bruh.
Yeah, he chose his words, or whoever wrote this segment chose their words very, very carefully.
You want to turn this to a racial angle?
They didn't want this to get racial. They didn't want this to be, him shitting on rap music. I like that he decided to just call them wannabe rappers and not just say that rapping is ass. Not saying rap is crap. I like that they brought out their mariachi band and then he was like, get the fuck out of here. I thought that was so funny. I thought it was hilarious. And the crowd booing instantly as soon as the mariachi band left. I thought it was great. That was really good shit there. In the breakout tournament news, Odyssey Jones defeats Andre Chase.
I'm in.
I didn't watch the match.
I'm all in. Odyssey, if he's a shoot 405 pounds, he moving like that, that's impressive, bro. Dude can move. I think he's pretty young too. He's not even that old.
Yeah. They mentioned on commentary, but I wasn't really focused on this match, man. I'm sorry. I want to get into Odyssey Jones, but when I saw Andre Chase, I said, this motherfucker look like a goof, bro. And apparently he can't work either. I didn't watch the match. I was like,
dog, he almost broke his damn neck trying to do a suicide dive. I don't know if it was Odyssey Jones' fault for not catching him, because Jones was supposed to catch him, but I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe some miscommunication, but he almost landed on his damn neck. You can hear an audible gasp from Beth. She's like, but I guess he was fine. They were fine enough to finish the match. But I like Odyssey Jones. I can tell, I'm sure I understand why Vince had him do those dark matches already. He saw that guy, like, yeah.
Well, I like that.
That's my guy. I like that.
I am all in for Odyssey Jones, just not in this breakout tournament because I don't care, man. The fact that they still haven't posted a bracket for the matches. I can't get excited for any matches in the future. If he faces Carmelo Hay at some point, then I would be invested and I would really want to watch that match. But I don't know what the fuck is coming up next. And then Andre Chase, man, that dude look like
like an undercover cop.
Yeah. What is it? Shout out to Carlos. He said he looked like Tom Green. Yeah. I saw him and I was just like, I'm not invested, man. I'm not counting out Odyssey Jones. I just don't care about this breakout tournament, man. I'm sorry. And they're truly giving me no reason to care.
It doesn't have the same feel as the first one at all. This one feels so much more just thrown together. They just, fly by the seat of their pants and just see what happens. I don't know if they're afraid, hey, maybe some of these guys might get taken out. Not Vince will pluck them out hey, I want this guy on TV. and maybe they're just nervous about it. I'm not sure why they voted. I feel like they're not fully committing to this.
I feel like they're not committing to a lot of people since Vince is like plucking motherfuckers. So honestly, we'll see the changes that happen. Come around around the draft and stuff like that. But another match, Diamond Mine versus Bobby Fish and Kushida. I was very surprised to see Kushida and Bobby Fish get the win here. I'm curious to see where this feud goes. That's all I could really say right now.
I didn't watch the match. My daughter called me.
Valid. I would say the match is nothing to really write home about. I don't think Bobby Fish is really that like great. I do like Tyler Russ in this setting, but he's still kind of meh to me right now. So there's a lot of Bobby Fish and Tyler Russ in the ring at the same time. So my brain kind of just tuned out. I wasn't the biggest fan of the match. We'll see how the story goes moving forward. Frankie Monet has a match against one of the latest signees to the PC, just getting, I guess, helping both of them get their reps in. And Mandy Rose comes out and just sits on the commentary table, and Wade Barrett can't help himself. Just saying all sorts of shit.
Big horny.
Yeah, big. I was just thinking when she came up there and then she started sitting on the thing, when she pulled up to the commentary table, I was just like, do they have an extra chair for her? Because I don't see one.
I don't see one.
And then she sat on the thing, and then I was just like, dog, Jerry King Lawler would have lost his shit. Commentary would have been unbearable. And then I like Beth Phoenix and Vic Joseph just bullying Wade Barrett the whole time. I thought that was very funny. But
Mandy looked fantastic, by the way.
Oh yeah, she looked great. Will they have a match in the future, or will Mandy Rose have the stuff with Ciray? Who knows? We'll see what happens in due time. And that is it for NXT. If I had to give this episode a number, I would give it a 5. Shit. 10. Also, we forgot to talk about Raquel Gonzalez and Xia Li.
I was going to say that. Rest in peace, Xia Li. I hope she's okay. No, in all seriousness, no, I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay.
Yes.
It looked like her. I ain't going to hold you. First of all, Raquel's like double her size. Why is she doing that to that poor girl?
Hey, man. You signed up for this. Why'd she do that to that poor girl? She ran up on her last week and said, run it. The fuck?
You know what happened? She saw what she did to Mercedes. Like, yeah, I ain't letting that happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get mine before I get got.
What the goat say? This ain't ballet.
Ballet.
So I hope Xia Li is okay. I hope her rib is fine, or whatever is going on there. I'm glad that they didn't just like hit the X and call them as they just let Xia Li get pinned. So that's cool. They're putting a coffin on that. They're not letting the referees got in the way, blah, blah, blah. No, this is a done deal. So that was that. Also, this match started and I was looking at the clock and I was just like, the fuck y'all niggas doing, man?
10:55. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clock. I'm just like, how long this match going? Because I need to see Joe choke the shit out of a motherfucker any minute now. And the last thing I wanted to happen is like the match is happening and then they cut away to Joe and Cross. I hate when they do that on the show, and I hate when they do that to the women.
It seems to happen to the women a lot too. That's the worst part.
I didn't want that to happen to the women.
Like a pattern.
So ending the show, Cross put some hands on Regal. We love Regal on this podcast, man. We can't condone that bitch assness.
I don't condone that.
Can't condone that bitch assness, man.
That is a senior citizen putting your hands on. Don't do that.
He must have caught him with his back turned, his brass knuckles still in his other pants.
Hey, you know what's funny? I don't know what. This is why you shouldn't do drugs, kids. Because I thought William Regal was old as shit. This nigga 53.
That
man
motherfucker,
is
my mom.
53 years old. I thought he was 72.
Me,
There's no way he's
him
53.
and my mom can hang out.
I think Wikipedia is capping. There's no way the dude's only 53 years old. He looks like he's 90.
Hey, he uncommon for his people. He looks great. But yeah, Kross got his employer clap, and they're gonna have to settle that. So we'll see what happens. We heard some things about the whole title situation, so we'll just see how that goes. I know I've been saying that a lot, but at this point with NXT, I'm hitting the Drewski, bruh. They're just trying to fix some shit. We'll see how it turns out later.
Yeah, you know what I've been thinking? So in 2001, William Regal was 33 years old, and he looked like that at 33 years old. I'm about to be 31.
Black don't crack, baby. Black don't crack.
Hey, that man looked old his whole life. That's crazy. He's like what homeboy named Morgan Freeman. This is nuts.
Yeah.
This is blowing my mind right now. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's NXT, guys.
Yeah, that's NXT. All right. This is session 2 of our recording. I do like the setup, I'm not gonna lie. So we did NXT yesterday and we're gonna do AEW now. So here we go.
It's gonna come up here now. It looks like you're right. That's what he's gonna go for. That's what he's gonna go for. Oh! Archer with the fork! The fork's being passed around. It's a community fork. And now Moxley, oh no! Moxley, the champion, in trouble! Choke slam to the damn barbed wire!
We already did In the Trenches, but I think just for the sake of it being a second recording session.
It's a new day, baby. A lot of news just came up out of nowhere.
And as same as the NXT segment, we're really going to focus on one big thing. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are rumored or possibly already signed to AEW. There's a lot of like conflicting reports going around. Like at 3 o'clock, it was rumor. Now it's official.
Last I saw from Fightful said that Bryan signed.
Yeah. For Bryan signed, nothing on Punk at all.
Punk is in the air, but Bryan signed for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll say this. On an episode of Wrestle Rap earlier, I think it was this year or late last year, I said that I think it would be very like my problem with CM Punk is that he rather just talk his shit from Twitter and really contribute nothing to the business when he could be working with one of these companies and really showing these people the ropes. So him signing with AEW is just like, finally you're doing, instead of just talking out of your ass, what you've been doing for almost like, since you left. So it's cool with me. Obviously, like Punk and Bryan being there, that's super duper cool. I'm just worried about, like they're fine. AEW is the issue. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been very vocal that I'm not the biggest fan of AEW's presentation or how they format shows, how they do feuds, how they, give certain people time. Just like stuff like that, and, I don't think Bryan and Punk are going to be an instant fix for that. Like it is absolutely amazing that they're going to be there. But what happens when, stupid TK booking, silly Bullet Club stuff, not letting any of their moments breathe. And once again, I think, what is it? We just got Malachi Black.
Yep.
And then before that, we just got Andrade. And then before that, we just got Miro.
I think what AEW is trying to do is give us a summer surprises, just all the way into surprises as they can. They gave us 2 tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
definitely overloaded the show. Shit.
yeah, they went crazy this week. And next week the card looks strong. I'm sure we'll have some kind of surprise next week too. But
shit, it might happen right after Kenny Omega and Hangman Page finish. Like they're not like Kenny Omega's music is not even gonna like Hangman Page's music is not even gonna last like a second before the next challenger comes out or some bullshit like that. So like I am perfectly fine with them being there. Also, I stated that on Twitter that like I'm cool with Punk being there, but I just hope that like Punk doesn't like get himself hurt, because I know he still has like a lot of back issues and stuff like that. So me being the person that I am, who has gone through 2 spinal surgeries, when I hear shit like that, I'm just like, please be careful.
Yeah, right.
So that's just me being like safety police or whatever. But it's a relatable experience, and I know how hard that can be on a person. So like, I'd rather him just be like, replace Jim Ross on commentary.
You want Punk on commentary? Yeah, he was fine on commentary. He was fine on commentary.
What is it? Once you step away from like his mid 2000 stuff where he was just like, edgy man, he can definitely give insightful commentary if he like needed to. So I'm just worried about his well-being for the most part, and like ring rust and stuff like that. And then Brian is cool.
Well, let me tell you,
he's the greatest wrestler in this generation. So
Bryan Danielson is my GOAT. Wherever Bryan Danielson goes, I go. So you know what that means, baby? I'm all elite. I'm in. I'm all elite. Post the graphic of my smiling face with the all elite.
I'm not editing that.
I'm in, baby.
I definitely think that Daniel Bryan is going to be what people think Chris Jericho or Kenny Omega is really doing in AEW, and is like really uplifting that talent. Like he's going to do what I thought Christian was going to do.
Well,
Brian,
Brian not afraid to put people over.
Yeah, he's not. And he's not afraid to put people over. And I'm like, he could bring people up to his level. So that's really great as well.
Which he does the best. That's what his best attribute is.
Yeah. I thought Christian can do it. And then he was like, fuck it, I'm done. Like my pet project is Jungle Boy now. Like that's my thing now. I mean, sure. Jungle Boy is back where he used to be, just all his stuff being done on Dark and Elevation and shit like that. So whatever stuff is happening there. But I think this is a big go for, these are the gets that AEW needed to like
take it to that next level.
Take it to that next level. That's what I would like to say. Take it to that next level. And I'm going to be just like when I say that, I am open to being impressed. If Punk has a bad match, if Brian has a bad match, which I think is good.
He didn't have bad matches. I'm sorry.
Amen.
Don't talk about him like that.
If Daniel Bryan has a match with QT Marshall and it's some bullshit,
it'll be a classic.
We'll see, brother.
It'll be a classic. What are you talking about?
We hashtag we'll see, brother. So I don't think it's gonna happen. It's just me being like kind of just a pessimist, because I just don't really like how TK really handles things, and I don't think that
you don't like Booker of the Year Tony Khan.
I should. I can't trust this process.
All right.
So that's that on that. Let's have so AEW Dynamite, man. This show stinks.
Let me tell you, I thought I went into this show thinking there's no way they got a worse show than NXT did last night, right?
Yeah. Like
that's what I thought going in. I was pretty optimistic.
People, you just heard how we felt about NXT yesterday. We were very unmoved outside of the Cameron Grimes and the Samoa Joe stuff.
Dare I say bored? You know what I mean?
Yes. Very uninterested in a lot of things that was going on with NXT. And these motherfuckers just decided we're just going to do even worse.
First of all, I tweeted it earlier. The first half hour of this show, You lost me off the rip right there. Off the rip.
Killer. An abysmal first half.
Oh my God.
It got a little like, Britt Baker and Nyla Rose, like my interest shot up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it tanked down after. And then I would say it did pick up again for the main event.
Yes. That first hour.
So, man, this first hour, yeah, let's get into it. So we have Chris Jericho versus Shawn Spears in this gauntlet that MJF is putting him through. So Shawn Spears can use a chair in the match and Jericho can't. And Jericho wins either way because Shawn Spears is a scrub. The match is over. MJF goes, all right, I'm going to let you know who your next opponent is. And it is GCW's Nick Gage. I know a lot of people are excited about this, but not me, brother. I don't think y'all actually watching Nick Gage matches.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've never seen a Nick Gage match, and I've only seen promos of this guy. And off the promos, I am far from interested in this.
Let me tell you right now, they always talk about, when he like died in the ring and then like came back or whatever. That just sounds like some sloppy mud show, the outlaw wrestling like bullshit. And I seen the match with David Arquette. I thought it was cool. I was just more of the spectacle of just seeing like, David Arquette is in a death match. That's kind of cool. Like my interest in Nick Gage was not there.
Yeah. That match is more about David Arquette than it was Nick Gage.
Yes, absolutely. And they're trying to flip it as much as they can. But what is it? I think he had a match against. I think it might have been Timothy Thatcher at Bloodsport, the Matt Riddle's Bloodsport, and that shit was terrible.
Was it?
Yes. What is it? This is supposed to be, like a Kumite, like it's supposed to be Bloodsport. It's supposed to be a Kumite kind of thing. And then, it's a whole bunch of bullshit outside brawling and like him choking him with like a wire on the outside. That's not cool. That's not what I came here for. While goddamn the match before, I think Eddie Kingston and Tracy Williams that had a goddamn classic. And then you want me to go up for, he's choking him with the wire. Oh my God, it's Bloodsport. Like, that's not fucking cool, man. These niggas not throwing hands.
Did you know that Nick Gage committed armed robbery without a mask?
Yeah, like a fucking moron. Like, yo.
What a lame.
When me and Justin watched the ROH show where Homicide wins the title, and I think when we watched, it was like it was a cage match. I think it was like CZW guys versus ROH guys. I forget.
Cage of Death. That's the one I sent you.
Yes, the Cage. Yeah, the Cage of Death. Shout out to you.
Shout out to me.
So when I saw Homicide, I was just like, hold on. I see.
I know this is
I see it.
I know this. I see where you're going with this, but I just wanted that pop he got when he came out in that Cage of Death match. All timer.
Insanity.
All timer.
It's all timer. The pop that he got when he won the title.
All timer.
Amazing.
And then they played We Fly High afterwards in the crowd.
Just because you could get away with anything.
Get away with it back
then. So yeah, what is this? Nick Gage don't move me, dog. And then him coming out with a pizza cutter. Come on, son. You couldn't have like a knife or something. Something that actually looks fucking menacing. Could it come out with a light tube? Could it come out with an actual like deathmatch weapon, a kendo stick or something? A barbed wired bat?
Yeah.
Motherfucker came out with a pizza cutter. That's so fucking lame shit. Dog, I hate American deathmatch wrestling. I really do. It's like so uninteresting. You I know this is gonna sound like, some like pro wrestle fucking elitist shit. But nigga, you go to Japan, these niggas got syringes and fucking scissors broken in half, stabbing each other with this shit. And we got pizza cutter and fucking forks. That's so ass, man.
Oh man.
Up the danger factor, you feel me?
You know what the worst part about that is? I would imagine Nick Gage has to lose this match, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's no way he's winning this match.
So he's supposed to be murder, death, kill, death match guy.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. The Painmaker.
And not no ordinary Chris Jericho. Japan Juggalo Chris Jericho. So that match is going to be mid as fuck, but everybody's going to act like, it's the best match that happened of all times. And I'm supposed to be excited for Nick Gage because he made some silly life decisions. Next that we got on the show, Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose. I like this match a lot. The crowd. Oh, go ahead.
I want to complain about the first half hour of this show because right after that.
Oh yeah, man.
We got Doc Gallows versus fucking who did he wrestle?
Frankie Kazarian, the elite hunter. It's fucking loser, bro. And then I guess we could talk. We could skip to the quick hit. So Frankie Kazarian and Doc Gallows have a match. Holy fucking shit! This match sucks. And then they beat Frankie Kazarian's ass after. And then Kenny Omega comes out, cuts a terrible promo, and then Hangman Page. Like it's literally just a rehash of last week, but like they came out in different orders.
Yo, is Doc Gallows an all-time finesser to the bag? He's almost getting to like.
Yeah, the Good Brothers are definitely check stealers.
They stealing since like the last decade.
They are check stealers, and I think I don't know what Marco Stunt contract looking like, but if he could stay there if he could stay there for a very long time, like if he's there in the next 3 years, that is an all-time check stealer.
He's up there too.
He Zack Ryder levels of check stealing.
Dog Gallows don't even work there, bro. What? First of all, who asked for a Doc Gallows singles match? Like,
you see, this is what I'm worried about with Bullet. This is the type of shit that worries me with TK booking. Like, who the fuck called for this shit? I am very worried for Punk and Bryan when they possibly get here.
And then you bring in Frankie Kazarian, who's been doing this gimmick for a couple months now. How he's the elite hunter. He ain't really been doing too well hunting because he ain't really done shit.
He ain't hunt nobody down.
This remember who was it in New Japan?
Yoshitatsu.
It's the same shit.
I saw somebody said he just needs like a terrible t-shirt to go with it.
You can get that from PWTs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're made of those. Yeah, they're basically blood brothers with the goddamn pro wrestle tees. But Britt Baker and Nyla Rose, I would say this match is very good. They kind of lost the crowd a little bit when Nyla Rose was too slow and didn't get her shoulder up.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then they brought him back. It was really cool. Britt Baker the match was fine. Britt Baker's cool.
Nyla Rose needs more respect. When it's time to show up, like in a big match, she shows up. I feel Nyla Rose always delivers when championship gold is on the line, and I feel like she showed up. She showed out for the tournament,
the AEW women's tournament against Ryo Mizunami. Right, that was it.
Yes,
the match is cool. Like I don't really have much to say. Like this is definitely the highlight of the show. Like because like you said, Britt Baker is over as hell. That's great to see, and it's only gonna get like more over when she pulls up in Pittsburgh. So that's gonna be cool.
Go crazy. You know what? And I'd imagine her next opponent has to be Thunder Rosa, right? It has to be. She mentioned her in a promo. They mentioned it on commentary. It seemed like Thunder Rosa's been winning on the YouTube shows. I guess it only would make sense.
What does AEW do when they have no story left? They go to the rankings. So whatever Thunder Rosa is on the rankings, she's next.
I think she's.
That's how I'll put it. Whenever there's not a story there and they just need some bullshit on the fly, I would believe that they should have Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker at Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, obviously it hasn't updated yet, but I'm going to tell you the rankings as of today. Let's see the women's. Yeah, Thunder Rosa is up next. She's 19-2.
Thunder Rosa's next. You heard it here first, guys. Like it like formulaic. Very You could see it 1,000 miles away.
Mhm.
And then our main event, which had a shocking result. Lance Archer, John Moxley in a Texas Death Match for the IWGP Championship, and whoever wins that goes to wrestle Haku's son at Fight of the Fallen. So I'm I don't really care.
Do you know anything about him?
No, he might wrestle in New Japan Strong. I don't care for that.
Yeah, he probably does. I hope he's better than his brother.
Brothers.
Better than those guys.
Yeah, let's pray. So
How
the match is cool.
Match? Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I like the match. I like when what is it? When Lance Archer threw that the plant at Moxley. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
What else? When the start of the match when Archer tries to throw the kendo stick in and he misses. And then he's like, "Oh, I should go back for it." And then he's just like, "No, let me get in the ring." And then the starts.
I thought they were gonna start the matchup. I thought he like threw Moxley a kendo stick so they could have like a kendo stick fight to start the matchup. I think that would have been fire. They would have been like that.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but he fucking missed.
Fire, started wailing at each other. I wonder if that was the plan. They fucked up. They were like, "Fuck it, let's just do this."
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
it's cool,
weird,
man.
Weird. Moxley, a little heelish, a little bit, maybe because it was Archer's hometown. But
heelish. Definitely read the crowd and decided to be a little more aggressive into the match. Excuse me. I will say that I like both Texas Death matches that they had. I like the one in Japan, and I like the one that they had tonight. As equals. Like I thought both matches were really fun.
Yeah.
And when I was watching this and all of the deathmatch stuff was like going really, really well, I was just like, damn, this is what it could have been. Oh wait, damn. I was about to say this is what the match that he could have had with Kenny, but they decided to do the explosive bullshit. Mm-hmm. And then I remember they actually had a death match and it went far too fucking long. And everybody was just like, oh man, it's kind of long in the tooth, brother. Mm-hmm. So Lance Archer wins.
That chair spot was nasty too. The chair
spot? Yeah, that chair spot was sick. I kind of wish he would have did the what is it? Everybody dies or blackout, whatever the hell he calls it, onto the chairs when they were like that. That shit would have been nasty.
That would have been nasty. I wish Jim Ross would have sold it a little bit harder though. I feel like he does that thing where he doesn't want to sell it. He's just like actually like concerned where he's just like, oh my God, like, come on, bro. Like I need that 2001 Jim Ross for that kind of spot. I need the old Jim Ross. Give me that.
Yeah. He doesn't do the hype. He's just like, he does concern now. Yeah, that's like his thing.
Concern grandpa.
So ass. Lance Archer wins. He chokeslams Moxley onto the barbed wire, the tables that have the barbed wire on it, and Moxley cannot get up for the 10 count because he is like literally like stuck into the barbed wires. I thought Moxley was gonna be like fuck it and just like rip out.
Yeah.
And then like have the barbed wires like on him as he gets back into the ring. But then I looked at the time.
I will say this. Good idea to have it New Japan rules where Moxley doesn't have to get pinned to lose the belt. It protects Moxley. Mm-hmm. He's still one of the top guys, and Archer gets the rub he needs because Archer kind of needs something because he's been kind of just chilling for a little bit. So I'm not mad at the result. I'm surprised, but I'm not mad at the result.
I am absolutely not mad at the result, and I like the match. I thought the match was really, really good. I'm just curious what happens to John Moxley now, because if he ain't in the if he ain't on the top of the card, then he ain't around.
I mean, we got two guys coming in.
So where does that leave Hangman and Kenny Omega? Well, where does that leave Hangman and Kenny Omega? Well, yeah, Kenny Omega too. Where does that leave the Elite? Because if the Elite is not at the top, then what's going on?
Or maybe it'll be Punk and Bryan and Moxley versus the Elite, or it'll be Cody. One or the other. One of the two.
That is it for our episode this week. No, I'm playing. We got to get into these quick hits. Chavo Guerrero comes out in the Andrade segment with Death Triangle. I don't know how I feel about Chavo because I missed his whole run. I don't really have any background on him. I guess it would be rude to say that he is the lesser of the two.
He just
Eddie's
nephew. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I really got.
I didn't like much of the stuff that he did in Lucha Underground. I thought it was alright, and he was cool in Glow when they had him. That's all I got for Chavo Guerrero. I can't say I'm really too excited for it, but I should have seen it coming. Jericho gets all his friends the bag, so we goddamn might see Kurt Angle in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I hope not wrestling.
Oh shit, no. Well, Chavo's not wrestling.
How you know?
You make a fair point. So we'll see what happens there. This segment gets long in the tooth because they have to translate the lines that they said. I rather just have them just let it rock and let the Spanish rock because a lot of the Texan population speaks Spanish.
Yeah, they were popping for whatever the fuck Pentagon said.
They absolutely understand. So I didn't feel like they needed to like really translate back and forth. If you're one of those stupid assholes at home, they'd be like, "Why didn't you translate it, nigga? This ain't for you." So that's that. We'll see how that where that feud goes. Orange Cassidy versus the Blade. Cassidy beats Blade. We'll see where Orange Cassidy goes next. The Matt Hardy front office more or less seems to be falling apart. But it was good.
Then you got a new guy.
That sucks for him.
I don't know his name, but they got a guy.
Hey man, he got to get it out the mud.
Yo, you know I'm kind of mad. You know I'm kind of mad they didn't sign who I really liked, Danny Limelight, or maybe they did sign him. I don't know, but they haven't. I don't think he's even been on Dark recently. I like that guy.
People, I guess this would people that I wish that AEW would sign that would like make me interested in it would be Matt Cross, who is Son of Havoc on Lucha Underground. I think he's a phenomenal talent. Dalton Castle.
Can Castle work? I thought his back was all screwed up. Or is he,
I was just thinking that, and if he is okay and he could work again, or at least work as a manager, I think he could do some really good stuff in AEW.
I think his boys had a tag team match on Dark not too long ago.
For real? Oh shit!
I believe so. I believe they did.
I wish they would call in Homicide. Shit, just get a lot of the ROH legends on AEW. I wish they would sign a lot of people. I wish they would sign some women too. There's been a minute since they signed a new woman. I think Jade Cargill might have been the last one.
Well, was it? No, I think Ty Conti was after Jade Cargill, wasn't she?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
Because she showed up with, because she was around for the tag tournament. Jade Cargill wasn't.
Okay.
We already talked about the Kenny and Hangman Page face off. It was literally just the same segment as last week, just in reverse. They came out in different orders. Wheeler Yuta and Darby Allin. I don't know why this match is on the show. What is up with them with this guy? What dirt does he have on Tony Khan, bro?
They did that solely for the Sting and Orange Cassidy interaction. You know what? I popped for it. I popped for it.
It was cool, but they could have did that.
I did think it was funny when the Best Friends music hit and everybody got hyped until they realized it was Wheeler Yuta and not the Best Friends.
Like,
I thought that
where are the other two?
I don't know. Trent's hurt, right? Or Chuck's hurt. Which one's hurt?
Shit, were they hurt at different Because I
know Trent was out.
Trent was out, and then he came back, and now
Chuck's hurt now. I could be wrong. I could have made that up, but I know that one of them's hurting because they're not all there, and that's why they got.
I guess,
Wheeler Yuta as a B team acquaintance.
Fuck out of here, man. Whatever.
This This reminds me
Substitute teacher.
This reminds me when Brodus Clay brought out Xavier Woods as his friend, and that's how Xavier Woods got in the main roster. That's what this is.
But I don't see Wheeler Yuta having an Xavier Woods like future. So
I mean, the way Xavier Woods' future career started in WWE, it might be. Xavier pre-New Day? I don't know, bro.
Well, hopefully the best friends could be his New Day. Santana and Ortiz and FTR have like the press conference face-off thing, which is probably the shortest one because Cody isn't involved. I like Santana and Ortiz. I think Santana is a great promo, but I am so glad Dax was just like, nigga, I don't care. Because that shit was good. His little slideshow. I get it, but like, come on. Y'all been cutting this. They've been cutting this promo since this feud started. It's been the same same thing. Just like you tried to take food out of our mouths every week or anytime they interact. And I'm kind of just like, just fight already, which is happening soon. I believe it will be happening at Fight of the Fallen.
I think it's the Homecoming.
Fight for the Fallen.
Is it Fight for the Fallen?
I don't know, man. It should happen soon because I'm really tired of the feud, and I'm glad that Santana and Ortiz was just like, we want championship gold. Fucking finally that you guys are just like, we want to get some tag team gold because the Young Bucks haven't been on the show. Also, I think it's very funny that Eddie Kingston was on the show since Phoenix is back.
You need to come out with Moxley.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, that's it for AEW, man. Fight for the Fallen is going to happen. This is like the fourth name show in a row. I
don't mind that. You know what, though? I will say the Fight for the Fallen card does look good.
Oh, so it looks so much better than the Fighter Fest cards.
I'm afraid to say I'm excited for it because I jinxed it this week, but I'm kind of excited for it. I'm praying. There's a lot of strong matches on there that could be really good.
I won't say excited because I'm really excited for anything AEW related, but I just want to see how Hangman Page and Kenny Omega ends and what starts after that.
Well, no, they don't have the singles match next week. It's the 5-on-5.
You're right. Well, I am looking forward to nothing on the Fight for the Fallen card, so we will be here. We'll be here next Wednesday, and we'll see how shit goes, man. That is it from us. You can follow me, Cyrus, at H_visibility on Twitter. You can follow Quan at the Comeback Spot. You can follow the A Show RNC to see everything that we're doing on the A Show RNC network. A Show, Rewriters Room, Invasion Diaries, Legendary Run, Spot Caller. There's a whole bunch of shows on the network. And if the shows that I named aren't coming up on your feed, that means you're not on our Patreon. And what are you doing? There's a whole bunch of great content happening on there. A lot of extra stuff, Spot Callers, Legendary Runs, Invasion Diaries, and kind of other miscellaneous stuff talking about wrestling documentaries and stuff like that, or just historical moments in wrestling. You can hear anybody on the A Show Network talk about that, and you get a little extra from us as well. So,
Cyrus, how excited are you to talk about NXT TakeOver Toronto?
Very excited. I know a lot of people wanted us to. I guess people are looking forward to us talking about Brooklyn, and probably Brooklyn and Dallas are probably like the two pay-per-views people are looking forward for us to talk about. But we'll get to those eventually, man. We just got to preserve it before we end up doing all the big takeovers, and then we're back at fucking what is it? NXT TakeOver Fallout and shit like that. Which I don't think it's a bad card, but I'm just like, we might just be on the back end of it. But if you want to hear us talk about that, subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/The A Show RNC. So for me and Quan, we're out.